Hey, good evening, First Church. This is Russ here. Tonight's devotional was written by Richard Reynnells and is titled Parallels. I was thinking about our responses to the pandemic and to our Christianity. It seems there are similarities between how we should help each other stay safe during the pandemic and how we should help others stay safe by recognizing the need to follow God's expectations. What would Jesus do? Each has consequences to not staying safe, and both can be devastating. One has direct and possibly significant implications for one's health, while the other has results that are not obvious to many people. With both, there is potential for death, immediate for the virus, and for eternity by rejecting God. Our viral impact on family, friends, strangers, and ourselves can be boiled down to biosecurity, taking precautions and not contaminating others. Our impact on these same people relative to God is more complicated and influenced by family history, relationships with others, and many other things. And sometimes trying to help will only drive some people away from God. The answer for helping others see God may be summarized by one's living as Christ would have done. Be the person Christ modeled and intended each of us to be. People are in full-scale panic mode right now because of COVID-19, because it's more contagious and has a higher mortality rate than the flu. But the flu kills thousands of people each year. So, many of us take the flu shot or stack up on Tamiflu or other drugs. Even though the same susceptible groups exist for the common flu as for the new killer in town, people only fear negative side effects of the flu and not the death. With the new threat, people immediately see the struggle to live, not a recovery. The mortality rate for COVID-19 is perceived as nearly complete, not the 5 to 15% of those who become ill depending on your age and current health. A huge problem is that people do not have the vaccination possibility, and there are no known treatments for this new viral infection. Having a pill to cure your ills would remove a lot of the drama and trauma from the situation. For some reason, people see no such threat to mocking God, the Holy Spirit, or Christ. People fear offending God of other religions, but not the God of Christianity. Some say certain religions are of peace and love, but they have not read any of the holy texts of these religions, or have they? Or did they just parrot the propaganda of talking heads and blame Christianity for all societal ills? A bigger problem with the flip side of God versus pandemic coin is people are not willing to use a readily available vaccination against eternal death. Love God and all of our neighbors, have good deeds toward all, have perpetual forgiveness of others, discern right from wrong, but do not judge others, and reconcile ourselves to God, but not God to our preferences, are some of the trump cards of Christianity, despite what some people say we should think. With COVID-19, there's a significant probability of suffering and an unpleasant death should you contract the disease. The situation has been referred to as a war, and for the first responders and certain categories of people, it does resemble a war zone. But it's a bigger war for opportunity to spend eternity with God. This is the important war to win, recognizing we will lose all the daily battles and need to ask God for forgiveness for the loss of each skirmish. We need to fully engage in each type of assistance to others and to support members of our church in both struggles. Thank you, Richard Reynnells, and thank you for listening.